Hi, I'm Kiyo. That's what my lady has named me. She calls me her baby. But little does she know I've already lived my 9 lives. Yeah, 9. Different places, different people, different mistakes. And somehow, every single time, I learned something new. Now I'm here, just a cat with a head full of stories no one expects. So, if you've ever wondered why life feels confusing sometimes, or like you're meant for something more, stick around. Because in my last life, I'm not just living, I'm sharing. And trust me, you're going to want to hear this. There was once a young boy named Eli. Eli was 9 years old, a kid who was full of big dreams but struggled to finish anything he started. One afternoon, his grandfather handed him a dry, brittle stick, just a plain brown stick. No leaves, no roots. Nothing special about it at all. He pressed it gently into the soil of their small backyard garden and looked at Eli with calm, steady eyes. "Water it every morning," he said, "without fail." Eli looked at the stick, then back at his grandfather. "But Grandpa, it's already dead." The old man simply smiled and walked back inside. So the next morning, Eli watered it. Nothing happened. The morning after that, he watered it again. Still nothing. A week passed. Then 2. The stick sat there, dry and unchanged, while the other plants around it bloomed and stretched toward the sun. Kids at school had new toys. His friends were outside playing. And every single morning, Eli was in that garden, watering a dead stick. Some mornings he was tired. Some mornings he forgot until the very last minute and had to run back inside before school. Some mornings he stood there looking at it and thought, "This is pointless." But he watered it anyway. Then, one morning, 43 days in, he almost didn't notice it. A tiny green shoot, no bigger than his fingernail, pushing through the bark of the stick like it had been waiting there all along, quietly gathering strength in the dark. Eli dropped to his knees and stared at it for a long time. That evening, his grandfather sat beside him in the garden and said something Eli never forgot. "The stick was never dead, my boy. It was just waiting to see if you were serious. And here is what I want you to sit with for a moment. How many things in your life right now look like a dead stick? A habit you started and stopped. A dream you watered for 2 weeks and then abandoned when nothing happened. A relationship, a skill, a goal that you walked away from because the results weren't visible yet. Discipline is not doing something when it is exciting and new and full of possibility. Discipline is showing up on day 43, when it looks dead, when nobody is watching, when every logical part of you is saying this is pointless. Because the truth that Eli's grandfather knew, and that nature has always known, is that the most important growth always happens underground first. Before the shoot appears, there are roots forming in the dark that you cannot see and cannot measure. And every single morning that you show up anyway, you are feeding those roots. Now that's it for today. Bye-bye, Guillaumes.